Now, there are certain limitations of these accounting principles. We were studying these accounting principles just to see that whenever we are recording the financial transactions, whenever we are making accounts, whenever we are making trading, profit and loss account, balance sheet, we should follow these norms. We should follow these principles before recording, before identifying, recording, classifying, and interpreting the financial transactions. Now, there are certain limitations. Whenever we have these principles, we have limitations too. Now, let's see what are the limitations. These financial recordings are measured in monetary value, due to which the significant events that are not monetary in nature are not accounted for. Right? We have monetary unit principle. We have mostly principles saying those transactions which can be recorded in monetary unit hold value in financial statements. But what about non-monetary transactions? For example, whenever we are changing the board of directors team, right? See, board of directors guide the company, right? And they are the most important members of the company. They tell you what to do, where the company will go, in which direction the company will, right? So they take certain decisions which put value to the company, right? They take certain decisions like maybe related to investment, maybe related to some contribution to the society, which will change the value, which will make the company more valuable in the society and to the stakeholders. But those quality transactions, those decisions taken by them, which cannot be recorded in monetary unit, does not find any place in these financial statements, but they are important to be recorded. So this is the limitation, number one limitation of accounting principle, that certain non-monetary, very important transactions that cannot be recorded in monetary unit, that cannot be recorded in currency, are not recorded in the accounting not recorded in the accounting statements, right? Second is, accounting principles are maintained as per the historical cost and are treated as per the time value of money. Now, what do we mean by historical cost? We already discussed historical cost is the cost associated with the year of purchase. If I purchase something in 2000, maybe some furniture, maybe some machinery that was purchased in 2000. So historical cost is the cost of that year. So that needs to be upgraded, right? There are many changes. There are inflation. There are upgradations in the machinery. So we are just taking basis as the historical cost that is not valid, right? So this is again the limitation, that we should consider changes in cost. We should also compare with the current market price, right? So we are recording transactions on historical cost, that is not taking into account the time value of money, that is not taking into account the inflation. So it is again the limitation of accounting principle, that we are ignoring time value of money. What is the present value of that machinery today? We are not recording that because we are running on historical cost. Number 3, only past records are accounted for, leaving no scope for recording any future events that might affect the business finance. I gave you an example that whenever I'm investing in advertisement campaign, say maybe I'm investing for rupees 5 lakh, for which will give me 5 big advertisements over 5 years. Now I'm recording that 1 lakh per year for every 5 years. That 1 lakh is recorded in this current year 2025, but that 5 lakh that I've incurred today will give me benefits in coming more 4 years, that is 2026, 27, 28 and 29, right? So I am getting these benefits from future events, but I am not able to record these future transactions or any decision which is just out of the financial year. Maybe the current financial year is 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. Suppose in April I have certain event which I have launched, certain event related to my company that has to be occurred in April 2025. Certain event that is being launched, that is being introduced, that is being advertised, which will be happening in April 2025. But I am having benefits because of that event right now. That future event, which is out of my financial year, I'm having benefit now. I'm not able to record that future event within this financial year, right? But that future event is giving me benefits today. right? So that is again the limitation of accounting principle. And the last, in the case of accounting principles, form is given importance over substance. Explanations of substantial information is not given any importance. So, accounting principle says that the main form, the main thing is given importance over the substance. The main explanations are not given any importance, right? We are just recording the transaction. What is the idea? What are the explanations? What is the whole thing behind when for example, I'm searching about my supplier, that which are the best suppliers for this raw material of my company. All this research, all this marketing, all this tie-up with the suppliers, all the schemes that we are going through in the purchase department, they are not being recorded. We're just recording what? We're just recording this, that we have purchased from supplier A this amount of raw material. Whatever R&D has been done in finding out the right supplier, I'm not able to record it. So that is again the limitation of accounting principles, right? So these were all about the accounting principles, all accounting principles and the limitations.